I'm now going to move over to my navigation list. So as I said, my area page is here, my navigation pane is down here, my navigation lists are up here. As I move through the different functional areas, you'll see that the navigation lists update as I click on them. Now the navigation lists have been around for quite a few years. I find that this is probably one of the features that's most commonly not used in GP, just because people have been using GP for so long, they're used to going, well, I'm going to go look at transactions by customer, or I'm going to go look at sales documents, or I'm going to look at sales items, whatever it is. There's different ways that you could look for it, and you just get set into that way that you look for it. Well, what you can also do is you can actually run through this navigation list, and you can click on, for example, the all sales transactions. Now, as you're seeing when I click on it, one of the complaints that people have is it takes a little bit of time for this navigation list to open. Well, the reason that the navigation takes a little bit of time to open is because it's adding these graphics or these business analyzer reports on the left-hand side. You can see as I open up this more, you can see the reports. Now, my personal preference is I tend to turn off these business analyzer reports because I don't use them because they're so small, I can't really read them. And having done this for, as I mentioned, 25 years, the eyesight starts to, get a little weaker over time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move over here, and I'm just going to go Tools, Setup, System. I'm going to go down to System Preferences here. So this is going to be a preference for what you want. So I'm just going to throw in my password here. One of the enhancements that came out a couple of years ago is it actually remembers when you throw in your password and that system setting. When you exit out, it'll ask you to do it again. But on the bottom of the system preferences, if you prefer not to have the business analyzer reports show up on my navigation list, just remove this check mark. So what you're going to find here is while I'm in my sales, I'm just going to go back to that list again. You're going to see it is substantially faster to pull up. Why? Because it's not trying to render a report. And as I click on that report, it's going to change the visual there. So that's typically why it's going to change. So if you like them, don't turn it off. If you don't like them and you find it's a pain, that system preferences is an easy way to turn them off. So as I'm in this window, you're going to see here, all right, so I don't normally use this window, Marvin, but what can I do in it? Well, what you can do is you can actually start filtering down on information. So for example, if I was looking for customers with their last 365 days worth of transactions, I can easily say, all right, well, who am I looking for? I'm going to look for anybody with the word paper in the name. So I've got Advanced Paper Company. I can release that or remove that, and I can start filtering or getting everything back to the last 365 days. In this filter here, I can also add filters. So if I just click Add Filter here, one of the new features that have been coming out is that they've been adding additional search criteria in this where clause. So one of the newest ones is batch source. This is great because if you want to create yourself a custom navigation list, batch source is going to help me say where batch source is equal to, maybe I want to do sales entry. So any sales transaction entries that I have, I can just say sales entry and add my filter here. Now you didn't see much change on this one because everything on the screen was actually set to a sales transaction entry. There was more payments and stuff like that down further. So that's an easy way that you can set this up to see all of the transactions. And I can say, well, you know what, show me all my transactions for Aaron Fitz. So I'm just going to do Aaron Fitz over on the right-hand side. Do a search, so now I've got everything down to Aaron Fitz and his last 30 days. So now I've got the last 30 days worth of transactions for Aaron Fitz. So nice and easy there. If I wanted to save this, I can easily just go Save As, and I can call this Aaron Fitz 30 days. And if I just go OK here, you're going to see that it's actually created a custom Aaron Fitz 30 days. So I can either go back to that all transactions, or I can have some quick shortcuts. So some of the features is the fact that we've added the filter, and we have that filter so we can go right down. So the filter's always been there, but we've got more options now, including that batch source. You can even add little filters that say, and, where document type is maybe payment. So I'm just going to do a drop down here. So if I want to see a customer's payments here, I can easily just say, show me all the payments. Now, if I only want to see open payments, I can go and document type where status is open. and then add that filter again. So here's my filter down to open payments for anybody, and if I wanted to pick and just apply this one step further, I can go Aaron Fitz again and add that, Aaron Fitz open payments for the last 10 days. From here as well, if I needed to, so the cash receipt function, I can select on this and I can actually email them to the customer. So the emailing the cash receipts is also a new feature that came out last version, but it does give us the ability to drill down, take a look, email out, get them out to customers. So once again, if I wanted to, easily enough, we're batch source equals sales entry, and I can just filter down there. Instead of filtering here, I should have added Aaron Fitz in this as a constant filter. All right.
What a great overview, Marvin. For the next episode of the series, follow us on LinkedIn at GP Support North, or for how GP Support North can help you get more out of your Dynamics GP ERP, visit www.gpsupportnorth.com. Well, we'll see you there.